Alright, so we have Yuki Satoshi versus Shinjin So. For a game of a little bit of blood, just a little bit, little bit, I think you will all enjoy. Now, I do want to point out that Reckless Fury, thank you for the 50 bits, much appreciated. I do want to point out 3-4 stone taken, upper right hand corner. But there's a little interesting thing, in my opinion, about taking this open 3-4. It's not actually a thing, but I notice it nowadays because I find it fascinating that the 3-4 is not facing this way, towards this corner. It's facing towards this corner. Now, there's no difference in that from here, but there kind of is because your opponent traditionally starts on the other side. So he's kind of starting off with his 3-4 stone facing where he's pretty sure his opponent will be. And the reason why I mention this is because white doesn't actually play up there. Interesting. So we're kind of off to a little bit of a disagreement right off the bat. Because if white opened up this way, 3-4 facing, so we're probably going to expect some kind of enclosure here, maybe, or like a Chinese variation, right? But by not playing there, we're kind of already getting into a teensy-weensy little disagreements on how someone can and can't open up this particular game. Does that make sense? So, weirdly enough, the first move is interesting for that reason. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Alright, so what is he going to do instead? He could take a 4-4 point, but then that's going to be like Chinese variations or Kobayashi. No one's playing Kobayashi. So instead of that, he could do a 3-4 again, and then see what his opponent does down here. But instead, good old Shinjin So decides to do a dual 3-4s facing each other. We don't see that a lot. Other things we typically don't see. The approach, once again, could lead into Kobayashi or things. Instead, we have this. The enclosure. Now, basic idea of opening. When you have an enclosure, block the extension. If there is an extension, block the enclosure, because those two are really, really good when they go together. So, here's kind of interesting because we could do that, but there's a 3-4 stone on the field as well. So, if we block that, then we're like kind of inviting our opponent to get another enclosure, and then we're going to block that, and then we're like to get it approached, and it turns into a weird game. Also, a little bit of a passive game. Yuki decides, not afraid of nothing. Shinjin So, decides not afraid of nothing and approaches. My bad, I had the players reverse in my head. So, white approaches. Black pincers. This is actually pretty straightforward normally. We would go and lean on here like so. But then we get pushed and cut. We usually don't want that to happen. So we usually play this one instead. But then we get leaned on this way. And that can be a little bit of a problem as well. Because you're getting up a lot of territory for what reason we don't really know. Don't like that particular variation. Could play other things like this. Hit or miss. Your mileage may vary. Instead, we have the lean here. And the fun thing about the lean is it invites a pretty strong crosscut. So okay. Have to descend. Not die in the corner. That's a big one. Now here's the problem. We could defend this. at like A or something. But then the 2 stones kind of feel like they're in trouble. Right? So white makes a very interesting decision that I don't think is Joseki here. But it's interesting because the corner's bottom right-hand corner is white's. He Atari's a cutting stone, which we always say don't do. And then he asks black, what do you want to do now? Black says, I'm going to get a wall, large wall, largest wall. Don't let Hane head of 2 and 3 stones. So these are forced. And now we have a big decision in our world. Big decision. We have to profit from those 2 stones. Usually we don't Atari a cutting stone because the Atari forces a response from the cutting stone. That cutting stone then gets stronger. If that cutting stone is cutting groups apart and those 2 groups like aren't strong, then you just made the thing that's making the 2 things weak stronger before you were able to strengthen the other groups. So instead, usually when we get the cut, we strengthen a group and then they strengthen their cutting stone. Then we strengthen like maybe the other group as well, and then both of our groups just got stronger while the cutting stone is now between 2 stronger groups. So that's usually why we don't Atari the cutting stone. So yes, now we need to find what we're going to do here. And I'm seeing 016 suggested. Cut straight off. Interesting. What if I were to tell you, this was going to blow your mind, what if I tell you that if you play 016 as black right here, you're going to lose the game? What if I were to tell you that? Would your mind be blown? Can anyone tell me why 016 might not be a good decision? Who can see why? Let's put on our thinking caps. Why is 016 not a good idea? For Blackstone short of liberties, they're getting a little bit short. The corner, not really sure if the corner's gonna die, but we're really gonna wish it did. Escapes to N16. Ooh, or N18, sorry. Is that what we said? N18. Ah, you're close. You are close, man. See, in the actual game, black played here. If you play this one, and we play this one, then we have to, like, not die here, right? And now that's not dead. That's never gonna die. Like, ever. Right? So do we just push this one now? Ouch. Or maybe we play here. And then our opponent plays here. And now we start to pray. Because at the very least, that's Seki. At the very least, that's just going to be Seki, right? So, it's got some problems, man. What else could we do? Could do this one too, I suppose. This one's a little bit cleaner, I think. But, as mentioned, this is the N18 variation. Where he is gonna live. Because we have to play, like, this now, or we're dead. Wait, that's actually a bad decision. Don't play this one, because that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Let's not play that way. We'd play probably this one? Or maybe this one? Either way, you gave up fourth line territory, you got no points in the corner, and you didn't kill your opponent off the board either. So to avoid all of that is to play here. This keeps him nice and... So white goes and plays some forcing moves. It's like, can I live? Black says no. That's a misclick. White says please. Black says no. Pretty please. No. With sugar on top? No. You're mean. No. Now can I live? And you can see what white's getting out of this, right? Suddenly, influence is being obtained. Forcing a capture into a nice, beautiful amount of controlled sacrifice. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, sir. Beautiful. But we can't let him take the stone. It's too much. But by doing that, that means this is now a thing. And we can't... I guess we could, but we're not going to play here, right? Because then Atari, we can all read that, I think. You play here, white plays here, and then you're dead. So we're not doing that. So we have to play here. Still, close to the same thing. We're offering a peace treaty. You play here, and I'm just gonna, you know, do bad things to you, right? If you play here now, don't take... Okay, actually, I should show this. Instead of play here. Like, we don't play here, because you might say, oh, we can, because we just play here, right? And then white's all dead, but that's not true, because we play... Come on. We play here, and we can't do this when our black's all dead. So we would have to take here, and then we connect underneath, right? So that would be awkward, especially for the corner right now. So we don't do that one. Instead, we play here, and white says, okay, I get base. Black says, I'm gonna make that painful too. White says, okay, I get forcing move, which is true. Does get forcing move. And now he moves to connect up. Try and get something done. Trying to get something done. Trying to get something done. And now you see small issue here. It is ko, right? So he Ataris. And then goes to ko. Black says, this is too big. I cannot fight this. So he bails. Now we're forced to live in the corner. You can't connect that because if you connect, there's an Atari. If you connect, it's dead. So now we're out. With R18 being kind of freaking huge. And it's actually really, really important. I went through that really, really fast, but I want to highlight some things from what we just went over. There was an opportunity here for black to put himself in a very disadvantageous ko, right? We could ko right now, right? We could be like going over after all the things, right? We could do it right now, right here. But instead, black backed off, knowing after this point either he gets Sente or there's still a ko here that's worth way more now. Right? So, okay. little bit better co. A little bit better co. White saves. Black responds. Going to co immediately. Filling. And now alive. So the question now, chat. Here's the question now that I have enabled your friend again. Where is the next largest move on the board? What do you think? What do you think's large right now? Feel free to attempt to click your answer. I do believe. Okay. I think someone just suggested the 3-3. Alright, so it looks like everyone's in agreement. The largest area to play is in the upper left-hand corner. So it looks like, by and large, no one's really suggesting that we should be playing away right now, except for the troll who is contemplating, like, the A1 point, I think. Like, aside from that, it looks like most people are liking a move somewhere else. You like 03? Really? It's not showing K4. Looks like you're the only one that wants K4. Oh? Alright. Stop the click maps. Alright. So, that was an interesting exercise. I think the overwhelming majority wanted something on top of the board. They don't want to play away. It looks like the majority are saying that this group here is not something we should play away from right now. And to that, you'd be absolutely right. If you play away right now, let's say that you don't do something like this, and you do something like this, and your opponent actually takes your best move away from you. Can we still live with that clump? And if we do, are we going to like the result? Right? So those of you in the 33% who like play on top of the board still, way to go. Playing away at K4, not so great. And we're not talking about A1. I'm sorry, we're just not. But yeah, playing away, not a good idea. In fact, you can kind of see how bad it might be to play away if you can see a variation like this. Because now we're kind of threatening to like expand and attack at the same time. You thought it was Black's turn. That was White's turn. Black just played here. Okay. Sometimes chat doesn't know whose turn it is. But yeah, you can see the circle here showing last move. Last move. But alright. Anyway, those of you who said, let's go here, I like. Black's trying to attack. White's like, no. And it's at this point we would stop trying to attack again. Because we'd go back to like the sector lines, right? And it looks like White's kind of out. And White's like developing some shape in here. We can try to poke it, but we don't really know what we're getting out of it. So this is where we would have our first true directional question if we were going to like sit down and try to figure out what's the next largest point. And we know the AI would, of course, always enjoy the 3-3s. Black plays here because the undercut, right? There's the undercut, 2 space, kind of weakish. which is why white defends. Ah! Now we see Jishki, followed by this. Everyone should be able to get these moves. Everyone should be able to get these moves. The largest point on the board right now is the enclosure, because everything else is kind of risky. Like we could extend, but why? What are we getting? What is that? What is that stone? We can cut it off still. We can split it from the main group. Overall, not very good. Invades. Says, I want my influence. Life in corner, as we see here. Now, normally we would play something like this or this and let him live in the corner easily. Instead, white puts more pressure on the group because now we're not really alive so easy. If we don't come out, for example, and just say, all right, I'm alive, white would be like, what'd you just say? So, all right. F2 is a thing, yes. Usually it's an attempt to keep your opponent sealed in the corner. Here he's using it aggressively. Rather than playing here and just going for like life or something and giving away Sente, he's playing it to attack. Pressure still being applied. Black says, you are not developing the left-hand side of the board ever. When use D2 versus D3? D2 versus D3. Alright, I'm not a fan of D3 with a small knight. Reason being, you're expecting this. Okay, not that. You're expecting this. But you could also get this. Right? So that could be problem. I mean, we're not going to die. But we are pretty well contained, let's say. So that's one thing that you could see instead of the norm, right? So black plays here. White says, get in my corner. Black says, ooh, I don't mind if I do. It's comfy back in here. At that point, we're forced to try to live. White's like, are you really alive? And black says, why, I am, because I can leave. White says, yes, leave. I will profit. And black says, you will not profit, scumbag. I am taking my points for myself. You can get wrecked. And it's this part of the board where things get really complicated because there's so much we can do. What do you think we ought to do? The click maps are re-enabled. I hope that gets more specific. We as in white, yes. You can see it's white's black's it's black just moved. It's white's turn now. Because of the circle here. Alright. We're up. Alright. We have ideas. Okay, I see. Ideas are being shown. Ideas are being shown. So we have someone. We have 3 different ideas being shown. I like this. I actually like click maps. I think it's growing on me. So we have different ideas here. One, surround, it looks like. It looks like another that says we want to like approach here, I'm thinking. And the other one says that we ought to lean. This looks like Looks like a shoulder hit kind of variation. Okay. Okay. Click maps are off. You can stop your spamming. So yeah, I like those ideas. I like those ideas. The problem with surrounding... let's see, we have surrounding, we have this and we have that one. Okay, so here's the problem. In the actual game, white plays here. If we surround, we have a problem, because this gets complicated. Right? We're creating small knights upon small knights. And it looks like right now, this is just alive. Like, if we play here again, it doesn't really matter. Because this lives. Right? So that might be reverse Sente, unless we just, like, let this go. And then do something different. In which case, this just got larger, so it's a little uncomfortable. It's a little uncomfortable, right? So you can kind of see what's going on there. Same idea. Same idea. Even if you do Kasumi, it's the same idea. Right? Same idea. We're back into the exact same thing. So it's kind of hard to do something here. So the other idea, which was the 45%, the other map was suggesting, was this one. This one's not bad, but it does start another fight. Because white's probably going to come up, and then this is just going to go somewhere. We don't really know where, it's just going to go somewhere. So before starting that fight, or any other fight, white's asking a simple question. You aren't alive locally, right? You are not alive locally. I can theoretically kill you still. Because you're not 100% here, it's just I need to be strong enough on the bottom in order to take a fight with you. And even if I'm strong enough there, you're going to go into the middle of the board. Where I'm not really the strongest right now, and I do have a weak group. So if I can make myself stronger in the middle, preferably in like Sente, then we've got some stuff that can happen. Which is how we find a move like this over the others. He has an idea, chat. I wanted N3? N3 we don't like so much. N3 is an attachment. But it's an attachment without a really good follow-up. Right? Because we don't want to do this. Nothing here really works. I mean, we could Hane, but we have to go back and like kill this. And then he's going to go back and try to kill us. And then... bad news bears. So usually when we follow up on the bottom, we do it on M3, not N3. Because that's usually far enough away to avoid disaster, while still being threatening enough to say, hey jerk, you need to live or I'm going to kill you. Right? So right, we have this. And black just chills. He's a chillin' fool. It's like, I'm just taking my points. I'm just taking more points. And taking more points. Easy McPeasy. Right? Easy McPeasy pants. So that's done in Sente. Now, the weak group on the bottom of the board. Let's deal with that. As showed previously, there's a weakness with the small knights. They can be cut. True story. Black Hane, or white Hane, and rather than being forced to kill off the stone, rather than be forced to kill that little stone off and start giving stoofs to that, he just makes a solid connection and says, you got cutting points to deal with. But rather than defend the cutting points, he's like, you are not alive yet. I'm going to hold on to you screaming and kicking until you do something stupid like play a gote move in the corner to make sure that you're not dead. So we're going to fight that noise. Now, chat. Something amazing just took place. Something amazing just took place. Do you know what it is? What just happened? This sequence is leading into something beautiful. White Gut Sensei? Yeah? Kind of. I mean, we're gonna play here because we need a base. See, black is kicking and screaming, trying to get out. But that means he's not alive locally on the bottom of the board, right? Right. And on top of the board, I see a group with only one eye. Food for thought. Food for thought. So, okay. It's delicate, but there is a dual attack that can take place. If you play on 15 after saving a stone, it is a false eye. Yes. Correct. Correct. So plays here, kicks. Drops down, because it's a territorial game. We want a nice solid base. Black's like, ha. I'm going to remove all of your territory. Where are your points, sir? Comey? I laugh at Comey. All you have is Comey. And a couple of points here, I'll give you 4. And a couple of points here, I'll give you 8. Where are your other points? Over here, not that many. But look at my corner. Ain't she sexy? Look at this corner. Ooh, she's even in the middle. I think you're losing. I think you're losing. Totally losing. But then White says, "Oh, really? Am I really losing person with 2 groups that are not alive?" Because I know this amazing person on YouTube, and he always talks about how attacking a group is worth infinity points. And here there are 2. So, I mean, just saying. So, falsified eye. Check. Now, threatening to get an enclose happening here. 2x infinity. Yep, that's the score. That is how many points White has right now. 2x infinity. Now, Black could just huddle up for the winner. Just be like, okay, I'm under attack. I'm under attack. It's okay. I'm just gonna be really small. It's gonna be really small right now, and just live. But that's not the way the pros think. Pros tend to try and counterattack. And right now, this pro is like, look, fool. I'm gonna pressure the crap out of you. Because you are trying to kill me with wet noodle. I do not kill wet noodle. I eat them. Forcing move. Probably time Suji, to be honest. Uh-oh. Attack is slowly starting to squeeze harder. And keep in mind, P10 did not give Black any new eyes with either of those groups. See what he's gonna do now. Alright. Try and get something done. White says, niet. Have to connect. Now we're going in. Now we have two groups that are really, really, really not alive. Oh boy. This is how glorious things happen. Absolutely glorious. One group not alive. Two group not alive. Yeah, White is... He's crazy. Black's like, I'm gonna be fine. Don't worry. I don't need shape. I'm just gonna make a wall so darn huge you just can't kill me. It's like, okay. Fair enough. Now we're getting shape. Bottom right? You mean the bottom left? Yeah, the other right? Actually no. You could just literally just play D3, right? There's no need to throw in. Just you could like play here. He plays, you play, he plays, you play, and that's one eye in Gote. So bad news bears! But alright, he's trying to live. Strengthen the attack. Why fix cuts like that? O8 and S11 instead of solidly Tiger's Mouth. O8, S11, O8, S11, O8. Okay. O8, S11. Oh, So we do this one for endgame purposes. We could do something like this, or this, but then we are literally losing a point here. Because like if we play here, right, instead of here, we actually gain more points here. And oh wait, similar idea. If we Tiger's Mouth, if we Tigre, then not really sure. That could be an issue because like you can kind of get poked at, like literally poked at with that, right? That is literally letting a poke still occur if you need it. But if we play this one, you can kind of see how this is threatening even more Shapus. Right? Shapu. Now, with these moves, you know White ain't messing around. He's not attacking for profit. He's not going, yes, look at me. I'm going to have so much in the middle. No. Frack the middle. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna stab me someone. That's what I'm doing. I don't know about all this attacking for profit garbage. No, I'm stabbing. Stab. Okay. So White's getting stabby. Black's like, I'm going to cut. Stab. I will Atari. Stab. I protect because I can kill off your stones. Stab. I run away. Yes. Run. Uh-oh. There goes the eye. Thanks for the solid wall, man. It was pretty spash. Now, admittedly, I don't know why the hell he... Oh, yeah, double Atari. Sorry, that's Atari. Never mind. I understand why. So yeah, I threw in Atari. Had to respond, clearly. And then we go after the other eye shape. Oof. This right now is just like a straight up lesson on why two weak groups, even though they were as far apart as they possibly could be, One weak group was over here in the upper right-hand corner. The other weak group was in the lower left-hand corner. Literally on opposite sides of the board. And yet, to the person who is a visionary, let's say, who can imagine the impossible, even having the two weak groups on opposite sides of the boards like that, that is still way too close together to have two weak groups on this freaking board. So, alright. Here we go. Here we go. Finally got him to play the move he was looking for the entire game. One problem. Is that really alive right now? No, not really. Sorry. Not anymore. You lost your chance, kid. Which means... Which means... we have to come out still. To be fair, I think almost everyone in the world would fail to kill Yuki Satoshi. True. True. True, 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 true. And this isn't even profitable attacking, right? Because there's still gaps in this. If both groups are alive, slight issue. So there's no messing around here. This is just, I'm gonna kill you. It's like, yeah, look for that other eye. Look for that other eye. Oh, are you alive? Oh my god, are you living? Really? Really? Poke, poke, poke. Threatening to kill. Says go for it, kill my stones. I don't even try to, I'm not even gonna pretend to care. Because I will KO you any day of the week. Look at my threats, aren't they gorgeous? Alright. Now we have an eye. But it's too late. Because he's not messing around anymore. No longer attack for profit. Who cares about the bottom of the board? You're all dead. Go ahead. Kill it. All of it. Doesn't matter. Connect that co-op. You're dead. Don't even care about the stones. Stones at the bottom of the board? Whatever. No one cares about them anymore. Sorry. That was so a long time ago. That was so a long time ago. Now you're just dead. And Black says, yeah, I'm just dead. So Yuki has to resign. And Shinjin-So, absolutely friggin' crazy pants, just drove two groups literally across opposite ends of the board. Like, actually across opposite ends of the board. To divide them in the middle. And kill one of them. Absolutely ridiculous. But, congratulations. Gotta love games like that. Oh, you gotta love games like that. Those are so beautiful. Only a pro can make it look textbook? Yeah. Shinjin-So is really friggin' good. He's really good. And I absolutely love also that he wasn't even shy about it. Once that attack started, there was like no pretense of, I'm just attacking you for points now. I like endgame. No, he likes blood. And he was trying to stab you to death.